Regine Dandridge didn't just appear out of nowhere. She wasn't simply Jerry's sister. She wasn't even fully human by the time we met her. Long before she walked into America as a glamorous celebrity, Regine lived under another name, one whispered in medieval Balkan villages with fear, Razhina Catura, the half-blood widow. Her transformation began with betrayal, ancient warfare, and a forbidden ritual that even the Dandridge bloodline tried to erase. Tonight, we're uncovering the evolution of one of horror's most misunderstood vampires, a predator shaped by tragedy, resurrected by rage, and reborn into an elite monster unlike anything the Fright Night universe ever showed us. This is the true origin story of Regine, Jerry's sister, and possibly his greatest rival. Regine Dandridge only appears briefly in the Fright Night universe, yet her impact is massive. She's intelligent, strategic, seductive, and far more controlled than Jerry ever was. But there's a reason for that. She's older, more ancient, and more disciplined. The film hints at her connection to Jerry, but it never explains the deeper bond or how she became one of the most powerful vampires in horror canon. So, to understand Regine, we need to go back 600 years, to a night of war, blood, and betrayal. The year is 1445. The Balkans are torn apart by conflict. Villages burn, families flee. Among them is a young woman named Razhina, known for her intelligence, her beauty, and her fierce loyalty to her family. Her older brother Gellert fights to protect what's left of them. But one night, everything collapses. Soldiers raiding under the banner of Vlad's warlords capture Razhina. She's taken to a stone fortress, a place rumored to house a hidden sect of vampires who fed on prisoners to strengthen their unholy militia. There, she meets the creature who changes her destiny, the first Dandridge, a vampire elder whose bloodline would later give birth to Jerry. The elder takes Razhina as a gift, slowly feeding on her over days, until Gellert finds her, barely alive. What he does next breaks every rule of vampire folklore. Instead of letting Razhina die, Gellert performs an ancient, forbidden ritual he stole from the fortress's archives, one that could merge weakened human blood with vampire essence. But the ritual wasn't meant for the dying. It was meant to create something new, a hybrid. Razhina awakens changed, not fully vampire, not fully human, a creature with heightened psychic sensitivity, stronger resistance to sunlight, slower blood dependency, and an unnatural emotional awareness. She is the first hybrid of the Dandridge lineage, created from stolen lore. This is the beginning of the Dandridge curse. Razhina and Gellert flee, but the vampire elder pursues them relentlessly, not because Razhina escaped, but because the ritual she underwent could create an unstoppable new breed. After weeks on the run, Gellert sacrifices himself in a final confrontation, and Razhina disappears into legend. But she doesn't die. She evolves. For the next 200 years, Razhina changes identities, infiltrating royal courts and rising through early European society. Her hybrid nature lets her do what most vampires cannot: blend in completely, influence powerful families, shape politics from the shadows. She becomes a master of psychological feeding, drawing strength from fear, desire, and obsession, rather than just blood. By the 1700s, she takes on the name Regine, reinventing herself for the growing world of culture, theatre, and early celebrity. but time eventually reconnects the bloodline. She encounters another Dandridge descendant, Jerry, not as siblings, not yet, but as two creatures born from the same corrupted lineage, drawn to each other like gravity. Jerry senses something in her, something familiar, the hybrid curse he himself inherited generations later. Their bond grows, but it fractures violently in the 1800s when Regine realizes Jerry's uncontrolled appetite threatens to expose their lineage. She leaves him behind, breaking the one connection she ever allowed herself to have. By the time we reach the modern Fright Night era, Regine is no longer Razhina, no longer the girl who almost died in a fortress, no longer the hybrid experiment. She has become the perfect predator, elegant, culturally blended, fully aware of human psychology, and terrifyingly patient. She watches Jerry from afar as he attempts to blend into suburban America. But when Jerry dies, something inside her snaps. The ritual that created her, the hybrid curse, awakens a violent, vengeful energy. She returns not just to avenge Jerry, but to reclaim dominance over the only surviving thread of her ancient bloodline. Her transformation sequence we see in the film, it's not a performance, it's a rebirth. The hybrid emerging at full power. Regine wasn't hunting, Regine was ascending. Jerry was powerful, yes, seductive, aggressive, dangerous. But Regine? She's something else entirely. Jerry is a vampire, Regine is evolution. The hybrid curse grants her adaptive feeding strategies, higher mental control, long-term planning, multi-generational memory, and most importantly, Regine remembers everything she lost. Her family, her brother, her humanity. Jerry killed out of instinct. Regine kills out of purpose. That's what makes her terrifying. She's not a monster driven by hunger. She's a strategist sculpted by centuries of pain, who learned to weaponize heartbreak. Regine Dandridge isn't just Jerry's sister. She's the first hybrid of the Dandridge bloodline, created through forbidden ritual, forged by war, refined by centuries, and unleashed into modern society with unmatched precision. Her story is not about seduction or glamour. It's about survival, evolution, and vengeance that spans generations. She isn't just an antagonist. She's the missing puzzle piece of the entire Fright Night mythology. If you'd like to see Jerry's hidden origin, Evil Ed's secret comeback, or the entire Dandridge bloodline history, drop your requests in the comments below. And if you enjoyed diving into this darker version of the Fright Night universe, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and join us next time as we uncover more lost, forgotten, and forbidden horror origins. Only here on Horror Unfold.